Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Pisces. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups. All right, your person's energy, that's Jupiter and Pisces. They're also showing up as the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. All right, they're viewing you as the Four of Swords. I love this because this tells me that you bring this person peace, you calm their nervous system, you feel like home. And the connection, we see the Magician, Virgo, Gemini energy. Beautiful. All right, so this person is also showing up as the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, but also this represents the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. So this is a destined partnership. This is also someone who has a lot to offer. And the Nine of Cups tells me this person most likely hasn't been in a serious relationship for a bit. They've been dating, they've been enjoying something more casual, or they just haven't really found the one. So they may have been dating a lot, but not in the sense of being promiscuous, but just they haven't quite found the one yet. They're showing up as the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, so they may have strong fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water energy in their chart. Now remember, fire and water creates a lot of steam, so I do think this person's going to be very, very attractive to you, Pisces. I also feel like this is going to be a very sexy and sensual connection. This is someone who definitely, they're a party person. They know how to enjoy the finer things in life, good food, good wine, making love. I also feel like this is someone who gets a lot of attention, but like I said, they're discerning about whom they invest in or they get fully invested in. I see this person being very social. I feel like this is someone other people really enjoy being around. But I also think with the Queen of Cups, this person is very loving and very nurturing. I think they also enjoy their alone time. I feel like they're very creative. I also feel this is going to be a very intuitive connection. This person is also very emotionally intelligent, Pisces. And we see the Four of Cups. Now, you might not be so sure about this person or this connection with the Four of Cups, Moon and Cancer energy, but that can also indicate that this comes into your life kind of unexpectedly when you're feeling a little bit bored and discontent with the way things are going. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? All right, so there may be a generational difference here, Pisces. So it could be 10 plus years. I also read this as maybe you two are just part of two different generations, like Gen X and millennials or something like that. But there could be a substantial age difference for some of you. Now, remember, some of the very specific messages that come through, they're not going to resonate with all of you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not your reading, but they will be confirmation messages for some of you. All right, we see jealous. This person may be a little possessive, stemming from infidelity and insecurity. I can definitely see that with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, but I don't feel like it's a huge red flag, but it is something that you want to be aware of, and it is something that you do want to address. All right, they could be an Aries or have strong Aries in their chart. So they're strong, they're resilient, they're a risk taker, they have a carefree, youthful personality. And for some of you, this person may be a single parent, or they may want to have children. But the father archetype is also just somebody who's really willing to step up and take the lead here, Pisces. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody who's in alignment, somebody who's honest, somebody who's intelligent, somebody who also takes really good care of themselves. It's funny, the only queen we don't have out is the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this person has everything except for the person that they want to invest in. All right. But the Queen of Swords, again, somebody in alignment, somebody who takes good care of themselves, someone who's very elegant and put together. So the way that they communicate, but also the way that they present themselves here in the world, put together. They probably smell really nice. Even when they dress down, they look put together. All right. So let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so there's going to be major attraction. Now, I definitely picked up on that with that steamy energy with the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. This person may be retired, okay? Now, this can mean different things. It can mean that they're 65 plus. Again, you know what's in your wheelhouse and what isn't. But for others of you, this could be someone here who's had two very distinct careers, all right, and not over you. So for a select few of my Pisces, this could be somebody that you've dealt with before, but my intentions for these readings, these singles new love readings on the weekends, really are that it's someone completely brand new. So I feel like this is somebody here that just knows that if they don't want to let you get away, and if they do, it's going to be something that they really regret for a long time. Okay. What else do my Pisces need to know? What else do my Pisces need to know? Okay, so we see change, okay? So I feel like this is somebody who, I feel like this person is actually somebody who doesn't really love change, okay? Like, you know, for example, if they're cardinal energy, you know, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries energy, you know, they don't really love change. So if this person has been single for a while, they've been independent, they're used to maybe going out on a few dates, but not anything super serious. You know, making a big change is going to be, I don't think it's going to be like difficult for them, but it's, you know, but it's not super easy for them. But I do feel like that's more of a compliment to you, Pisces, because I do think this person does see something different with you and does want to change their lifestyle in that sense for you. Okay, we see poverty energy, so this may be somebody here who's self-made, or somebody here who has lost everything and they've, you know, built themselves back up, or they're in the process of doing that. I definitely feel like this person does offer stability and wealth there with the Wheel of Fortune, but this person knows hardship, okay? And we see house energy. So some of you, this person might be going through some sort of move. They could work in real estate, you know, and maybe meet them at a time when they're, you know, they're in the process of like buying or selling a home, renovating a home, maybe experiencing some instability. Okay, but at the same time, even if they're experiencing some instability or some sort of transformation here in their life, they still have it together. They still have a lot to offer. So this is somebody who is quite resilient. You know, I'm kind of getting there. They're unshakable in a lot of ways. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. Okay, this person may be wearing red or like to wear red. That can be red nails, red lips, red shoes, red clothes, drive a red car. Red could be their favorite color. This person may go by a nickname. They may have a severe allergy. That can be to food, that can be to medicine, it could be to bees, it could be allergy season is tough on them. And we see that they hum often. Also pay attention to the color yellow. I don't know if they're wearing yellow or they like to decorate with the color yellow, or their favorite shirt is yellow. Maybe they drive a yellow car. But something here about the color yellow is really standing out to me here. Okay, maybe they have yellowish hair. This person hums often, so you're probably going to catch them humming or singing to themselves while they're in the shower, while they're doing dishes. You know, they might be very musically inclined. The Four of Swords tells me that, Pisces, you bring this person peace. You feel like home to this person. All right, the Six of Wands, they see you as very sexy and attractive. They want victory with you. This is going to be a very steamy connection, all right, a very steamy physical connection. But they see you as the best of the best. They see you as successful, getting a lot of attention. And they're not going to back down because of that. And we see the King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but they might be a little bit worried that you're not interested in a long-term commitment with them. And again, maybe they're used to people being around for a good time, not a long time. And I don't think it's particularly bothered them, right? Because this person knows what's right for them and what's in alignment with them and what isn't. Okay, but I do think they have some fears here that you're not going to stick around, or you're going to want to continue exploring other options. The Eight of Cups in reverse tells me you're going to be doing a lot of daydreaming about this person, Pisces. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, I feel like you definitely do not want to walk away from this person. And I can see why. I can definitely see why. This is powerful. What do they really notice about you or really like about you. All right, so look at you both coming through as the father archetype. I love this. So you two are going to mirror each other in a lot of ways. But I also feel you both could be single parents, or you both agree on whether you want to have children or not, or what you want to build for the future. But they see you as having a talent for creating and supporting life and a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. All right, so they see you as a leader as well, Pisces. And we see queen energy. Ooh, they see you as very balanced in your masculine and feminine. So you radiate the regal feminine and you use your benevolent authority to protect others. I love that. So they see you as very protective. They see you as very balanced, very like divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Like, not only are you balanced, but you also know when to slip into your masculine and slip into your feminine, which I feel like is very Pisces because you're very fluid. Okay, but you're kind, you protect others, but you also know when it's time to step up. So again, they feel like you can match their energy. Okay, with the Magician card here, Virgo, Gemini, I feel like you're manifesting this whether you realize it or not. They may be actively trying to manifest you. The Magician card can also indicate this connection comes into your life after Mercury goes direct in Cancer. All right, which is not too far away, a couple weeks, less than. But I'm also getting, the Magician energy is also like, I've learned my lessons and now I'm ready for something that's in alignment with me. So I do feel like a lot of my Pisces, like this connection is coming into your life because you've done the work, because you're transforming, you've transmuted, difficult experiences, turned them into lessons and wisdom. And I feel like you're ready for each other is what I'm getting. All right, and so we see this connection unfolds gradually. Presence matters more than speed. Okay, so it is going to require some patience here, which I feel is going to build trust. And we see this person engages fully rather than projecting far ahead. Connection unfolds naturally. So it's going to be very easy to fall in love with one another. But I feel like this is somebody who's going to be very focused on you. Like I said, if they've been dating casually, it's going to be different with you, but at the same time, they're not going to try to rush anything. And I also feel like this is somebody who's definitely going to not be on their phone when you're around them. Like this is not somebody you're going to have to, who's going to be like texting other people when you two are on a date or, constantly checking their phone. Like you're going to have their undivided attention and things are going to unfold naturally. You're going to enjoy being around one another. And this connection feels familiar on an energetic level, awakening a sense of recognition beyond logic. So I do feel that this is a strong indication, Pisces, that you have a past life soulmate connection, or it's just going to feel like you're going to feel comfortable with each other, feel like you've known each other for ages. All right. All right, so we see third party. You may be dealing with a karmic situation. I don't really see third party. I mean, maybe this person has been dating casually and there may be other options around them. You could have options in love as well. Okay, but I'm not really getting like that there's a third party, like you're dealing with somebody else or they are. And there's an affair. We see rendezvous, so a private getaway for two is calling for you. Yeah, this person, if this person works a lot or you do, there's going to be little private getaways planned, just you and them, little picnics or, stargazing or walks on the beach or let's just have lunch together. That's all, the time we have. All right, we see self-love. Love yourself first. Stay in the energy of self-love here, Pisces. And we see psychic connection. I'm not surprised. Your communication goes beyond mere words. This person's emotionally intelligent. This person is going to be able to read you very well and vice versa. Again, you're both very attentive. You're both very detail-oriented, especially when it comes to your partner. All right, and let's see. Next month, so I'm doing this reading in July. So it may be a connection that's unfolding or coming into your life in August. And we also see this month. So it does feel like July, August is important for the development here of this connection. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.